Welcome back, spooky friends, to another exciting episode of Sir Henry's Haunted Podcast. I, of course, am Zach, your host, and alongside me this week is Josh, back after a little bit of a hiatus, few episodes, few months, few seasons.
Few seasons, show up when we want to, just fall in place.
Feels
Get it?
like
Because it's fall.
Fall in place. We did have some fall weather last week or a couple weeks ago. We're hoping for some more of that to come. Maybe we have some this week. I don't know. We pre-record these episodes. Sorry to spoil the mystery for you. But nonetheless, we've got a fast casual, I believe they say, episode today. We're going to get into all of our interesting winding road narrative topics. But first, I have to give a shout out to our shout out swear jar. We have a new, as you can see, shout out swear jar. This was made by a super fan, Sammy. She gifted this to Sir Henry on the first night, as she noted that Calvin had misplaced our shout out swear jar.
No surprise.
Yes, no surprise there. So we now have an official shout out swear jar. So thank you, Sammy. And Sir Henry thanks you for his corsage too. And we'll just go ahead and put one in because I'm sure I'm not going to be able to control myself because I can't help saying shout out as well as fun fact. So that's what we got. So, Josh, you were here for, we're going into our third week, fourth week, whatever the heck it is. You were here for Media Night.
I was.
You got to have some fun with that.
Yeah. Did a little interesting intro there. We had to make our way back up so that we could make a grand entrance. So
you not to spoil the mirage, but illusion, it's a better word. You played Mr. Peebles on Media. No, sorry, you played Blimpo on Media Night. Blimpo the Clown, as made famous at the Home Haunt, recharacterized, reimagined throughout the few seasons at Sir Henry's Haunted Trail, and
lost the bald cap. That was, I just had the hat's good enough.
Yeah. Some people said you look like a
bloody tampon.
A certain feminine product.
I'll say it out loud.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I won't forget that at the house we had some guy got real scared and he was like, it looks like a bloody tampon.
Yeah. It's a lot of white makeup. It takes days to get it out of my ears.
Yeah, there's some of this stuff you can't make up. So anyway, we reimagined Blimpo, and you dressed up for our 10th season very fittingly as Blimpo the Clown. And we had to actually get back up to the house on property because I had to get ready as Sir Henry. Sorry, spoiling the illusion. And we were going to make a grand entrance with the Model T car. So we were very creative in that. And then when we finally did have the car and we're ready to come through,
someone didn't tell me he was going to go balls to the wall and then swerve on the way in with no handholds. So there will be a lovely video coming up soon that you can watch and see me almost fall out of the back of the Model T. That will be on an upcoming list here that I'd like to showcase called How Many Times Has Zach Tried to Kill Me?
We're going to get to that a little bit later here in this episode. But, I forgot to mention that, hey, hang on, I might go crazy in this thing. But that's all right. It was a trained professional actor. He's a traveling haunt actor. We got
I'm like a stuntman.
I'm a stuntman, so
it's fine.
We were okay. And it was made for a heck of a scene. I don't think any of the Media Night people were expecting that at all.
In fact,
that entrance.
There was a TikTok video.
Is that the one I just sent you?
Yeah, the girl said, "What is going on?" When I was running out of the front entrance and got tackled in the common area by security, trying to lead me away.
Yeah, that was classic. No, it was a great bang for our tenure opening the gates, and then we opened the gates and we had a good night with Media Night. We got to scare some people. You can watch all their videos on YouTube, I'm sure, and if it's not on YouTube, you can see them on Instagram. But Tampa J, Chris the Girl, View from the Cheap Seats, Carissa Travels, I think I got that right. All these guys, we had like 150 individual media groups here. So it was a big night, a lot of fun. We've got a couple weekends already under our belt now, and we're just rocking and rolling. If you haven't made plans to come see us, you need to make your plans because most of these nights going forward are going to be sold out. So don't miss out. We talk about we got the Haunted Hayride. That was our big project for the year.
It just expanded that, to make sure you guys can get in and out of that quickly.
Yeah, so we had planned for 3 tractors and 3 wagons, and that's what we opened with. But due to high demand, we have added a 4th wagon and tractor into the rotation, just to make sure that we are getting everybody through in a timely manner. And that you guys still have time to hang out and do stuff while you're done with all the attractions. So I think that's going to be a benefit for the event going forward in our 3rd weekend, whatever this is. So that's going to be good.
Whatever this is.
I don't know. I don't even know what day it is.
Are you gonna be able to make it through the whole season? Are we gonna make it to Christmas?
What's the over/under? What is the over/under?
I don't know. I think you might come back to your senses 2nd week of November.
Yeah, I'm hoping so because that's really my deadline. I have to. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Might not be a Christmas. Stay tuned.
No, there'll be a Christmas. Don't fool you. There might not be a Valentine's Day. No. I'm sure there will be.
I'm sure.
But speaking of your characters, we have the Tales of the Dead trail this year, and if you've been through that. A lot of our fans are loving this trail, not only because they're saying it's very scary and a lot of jump scares, but also there's a lot of nostalgia in there. You go in there, you're going to see a Mr. Peebles, you're going to see a Blimpo, 2 of your characters that you made into what they are, the personality. But I got to say, let's just get this teed up here. Let me go give a shout out to one of our scare actors, Cade. And I'll have to tell him to watch this episode. But Cade plays Mr. Peebles in Tales of the Dead. And the first night he put his makeup on and with the hat and the good jacket and everything, he was walking around. It's like, when did Josh get here? What the heck? And doesn't he have a football game tonight? And I like, it's Cade. But then I went in the house that night, and he's just doing his stuff. I'm like, ooh, this is creepy. So that's cool to see. We have an actor that, for the most part, consistently plays Blimpo when she's here, and it is a girl. But it is cool to see that kind of costume come to life inside a trail. And it's not just that, too. We've got Vex inside Tales of the Dead. We've got Poppy, and all these iconic characters that were brought to life originally by some of our upper management are now being portrayed by up-and-coming talent here at Sir Henry's Haunted Trail. So that's awesome to see. And just how consistent they are in the portrayal of these beloved characters. And I got to give a prop up. Catch myself. Only got $1 left. Thanks, Sammy. I got to give mad props to Clay, one of our trail managers. The first time ever I've let anybody, aside from myself, play Sir Henry. And he's got the Sir Henry 2.0 costume on, or 0.5 costume on, however you want to look at it. And he does a really good job of just the body language and moving around with the energy. So shout to Clay.
So is this a retirement video? Are you going to retire now?
Don't tempt me with a good time.
You got a little gray coming in there.
It's a lot of gray.
Just for season.
I'm going to have to use some just for men on this just for season stuff. So Tales of Dead has been a very popular trail thus far with all of our guests, all of our fans this season. Of course, I really like Wicked Waters, and that was the one that I was
most concerned about.
I was like,
you can say it.
I don't know how it's going to translate into this season because we made it our own story. Yes, I had some inspiration for that. I'll get to that in a second. But I was still hesitant. But a lot of people love it. Angel, our promoter, chief food officer, says that's his favorite trail this season. It's very intense and it's kind of creepy. So that really came together. And then Moonlight Massacre, or as Midnight Massacre, some of you calls that, which is kind of cool. Not a bad name, but it is Moonlight Massacre. That's the official name. That's our werewolf trail. Me personally, we've been tweaking this each and every week, tweaking the scares. If you go through and watch any of the Media Night videos, it looks totally different now with the scares and the way they're set up than compared to where it is now. So that is cool. And that trail is coming into its own. They've had a past really good couple of weekends. And, of course, the hayride. A lot of people are talking about the hayride. And if any of y'all are watching this and haven't come yet or have, I just want to make clear, okay, we've got 3 different ticket types this season, okay? General admission, which is what we had last year. That's access to 3 haunted trails. That's it. Does not include the hayride. The all-access ticket, which includes all 3 trails plus the haunted hayride, okay? That is the new ticket option this season. You have to get that if you want to come do the haunted hayride. The haunted hayride cannot be purchased individually. And then 3, we have the VIP, which gets you front-of-the-line access to all 4 of those attractions, including the hayride, and then allows you to do the 3 haunted trails unlimited times in the general admission line. So it's just important to know it's listed on our website under the ticket page menu, and it's also listed on the homepage of our ticket purchase link, as well as in the description of each tickets. You just have to click the little eye icon for information. Just want to put that out there. But going back to Trail 3, do you know, I don't know if I told you this or if you even care, where the inspiration for Wicked Waters came from?
No clue, because you could never know with you.
That is true. I never know. Right. This actually came from a Scooby-Doo episode.
Oh no, not the Scooby-Doo I watch, huh?
No, not that Scooby-Doo.
Oh, okay.
No, this came from one of the original Scooby-Doo episodes, Which Witch is Which? It's the one with the riverboat, and the witch and her zombie henchmen are looking for the sunken armored car. Always liked that episode. I thought it was creepy. So I kind of took that and modified it into our own story for this trail for this season. Because, for me, walking through it and going through it, I'm like, Swamp Bayou Witch. It's kind of cliche and overdone. But then I remember where I got the idea. So at least helps me sleep a little bit at night, even though it's kind of a cliche theme. But I think it's still a really cool trail. And
if you guys are wondering if you want to look for Scooby-Doo dubbed over, it's a great video to watch. Get some good laughs in, have a few drinks, have a few laughs. It's fantastic. Just try it out sometime. Maybe he'll let me put the link in the bio. Probably not.
Probably not. Probably got to be PG-13 to watch that.
Yeah, or R.
Or what?
Or R.
Yes. Yeah. But no, mad props.
Oh, you almost said it again.
I know, and now I'm going to have to retire. You can just have a thesaurus up. I'm going to have to talk to our cameraman about getting a little teleprompter.
You're not going to get no teleprompter.
Teleprompter here.
Nope, not going to happen.
With some adjectives and stuff. No, but for real.
I understand how you just can't let it roll, my friend.
Well, just because I'll be putting $25 into this thing. But no, the trail managers, the ADs, all the actors are doing great on that trail, and they're really believing the story, just like on everything. But I wanted to give them some kudos for that too. And then like I said, Moonlight Massacre is coming into their own. Really cool stuff there. You go through the finale, you're going to see a epic werewolf costume. Well, it's an actual werewolf. We rented a werewolf. His name's Gary, and he comes from the woods. And we just have this bright light up there so he can, transform, because, he needs the light of the full moon to transform. So
that sounds like it would be a good country song. Light of the full moon.
We have some country mixtapes we ought to release one day.
Oh, yeah. One of these days you'll see a Sir Henry's mixtape where I throw down on the competition.
It's the Toby Keith American Soldier, but we dubbed it over to... Is it American Haunter?
Yes.
That's one of the versions, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just stuff you got to look forward to.
Oh, Who's That Man? Running My Haunt? That's a classic one for all the other haunts that can't still be open.
Anthony, you might want to cut that out.
Why? That's a perfect segue. They don't know.
They don't watch this show.
They
Leave
don't
it
watch
in.
this.
Leave it in.
Leave it in. Leave it in.
All right, we're gonna leave it in. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff going on. The hayride, though. I mean, a lot of you guys are talking about the hayride, the special effects, the theatrics, and all that. You brought your little brother out the other night. What did he think about the hayride?
Oh, he was enjoyed it.
Was that the first hayride he's ever done?
Yes, and I quote, "Can you take me out to Henry? I've never actually walked through it. I've only ever acted in it."
I've never walked through it.
So, I mean, you have, just not on a show night.
Yeah,
I mean, you can retire now and just have Clayton do it, and we could just go out there incognito one night.
I mean, you're right. You're right.
Just, whatever.
I joke with Calvin that we were out in Louisiana a couple weeks ago to see 13th Gate, and I said we ought to phone in like, hey, our car broke down, we can't make it. Drive back in and hide behind the scenes and watch what these people do without us. Don't get any ideas.
We could do it next weekend. It'd be fun.
It would be fun. It's very tempting. Very tempting.
Tell them you have a medical emergency, you have to leave, and then just come back on the side roads or something. It's fine.
For sure. So yeah, the hayride's cool. So he liked the hayride?
Yeah, there was some. Well, I'll just leave it at that. It was. I don't want to give anything away that might surprise any individuals.
Well, it's
scene number 3.
Oh yeah.
Is what he liked the most, and I think that's the consensus. For
it's the barn scene, and that barn scene is the most intense scene, I would say, on the hayride. But me and Calvin have been talking extensively about this. This is our first time doing a hayride ever, obviously, and we're really proud of what we did. But obviously, there's a lot to build upon, and just the nature of a hayride itself is not. It's hard to be very scary on a hayride because you're sitting on a wagon, you have some sense of security, you're surrounded by people. It's not like within a trail or a haunted house where you're walking through, single file pretty much, and you're just exposed top to bottom and you never know where the scare is going to come from. So because of that, I think it is hard to scare on the hayride, but we have been, constantly each week, okay, hey, how can we safely get in these people's faces, scare them, and do some cool stuff. And the people in the barn scene have been doing that. It also helps that they have a lot of special effects and theatrics in that scene too.
Yeah, a lot of stuff to look at.
Yeah.
That kind of takes your vision away from what's going on. There's people talking. There's side pieces.
Not to put up the barn scene too much. Each scene has its own wow factor.
You can't get away from the jack-o'-lanterns.
Yeah, you go into the jack-o'-lantern woods, the forest, and you've got just 100 jack-o'-lanterns up there.
Big pet project of yours. You really enjoyed that.
Yeah. And then the 20-foot tall giant jack-o'-lantern that you drive through. There's nothing else like that I have ever seen in the country. So that's big. That's awesome. And then the finale, there's a surprise in the finale. If you've been and seen it, then you know what that is. But it's the first time we've ever had anything like that as well. But believe it or not, we've already got the additions we want to do for the hayride next year, the new special effects, the new scare tactics. So it's even going to be even more heightened next year. If you weren't already excited for next year, and who knows? I do have the 3 trail themes already for next year, and here it is, October of 2023.
Well, you did do a pretty good job this year of getting everything done in a timely manner for once.
I can say this now because we're open. Yeah, everything was done with like a week or two to spare, which had never been done before in the history of this event.
Yeah.
And I feel like collectively with haunted houses, most haunted houses aren't ever done. I just feel like that's the nature of the business. But we were able to get it done early. Have no idea how. Well, I mean, we
busted down some long days.
We busted down some long days starting back in April. I mean, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. days to get this stuff built and up and done. And we stuck to a pretty tight deadline, so that helped. And yeah, we're here. We're just rocking and rolling. It's going to be a good season. It has been a good season. It was about halfway through. Still a lot of the season left to come. Speaking of lots of seasons, you have, and I wanted to take some time here to reflect while we have you on, for just some of the highlights of the past 10 seasons. Mr. Peebles, that incarnation of the very first incarnation of Mr. Peebles, you had, for me, two things stand out: the Charlie Belcher day, and then probably one of your first couple nights, because my dad wasn't really parking people at that time yet, because we didn't really need to. Like, I think the cops were doing it. He was your doctor, and you were on a leash or a wheelchair at first, but then that didn't work because of all the sand. Mm-hmm. And so he put you on a leash and led you around like a dog.
Yeah, and
talk about that.
So, we'll start with the Charlie Belcher day.
Yes,
as really what started the whole thing. So you told me in the season, you got to make a new character. I'm tired of that old clown thing.
Yeah.
I'm not having no clowns no more. So I had to come up with this character, but it had to be themed towards the train development. And so I was deranged passenger, and I don't know if it was the sleep deprivation of the night before or what, but something just came to me during the back-end B shot of Charlie Belcher doing an outro on Fox 13, and there was a dead body of Mr. Peebles getting himself ransacked in the background view of Charlie Belcher. And that's what kind of really started that character off. He kind of went off the rails there, just kind of started drifting into alternate reality. And then me and your dad had a signal. And then when I had this little belt around my neck, and I'd give him 2 taps, and he would say, okay. And then I would lunge at people, and he would let go of the belt. Well, I gave him 2 taps. He responded, so I know he knew. And I jumped, and like a dog on a leash, boy, I about broke my neck. Those people, I think it's the most scared I ever gotten anybody, because I think they could see the white of my eyes when I... and I'm just crawling after him.
Well, Calvin still says, that, and he's been to a lot now, the best scare he's ever got in any haunted house has been you as Mr. Peebles that year. So he's probably in that group.
I'm pretty sure he was probably in there, and it's just seeing me just do. I mean, that was raw. There was no.
You can't recreate that magic or.
That was the last time I wore that leash.
Yeah.
It was broken, and I didn't trust him anymore. Unfortunately, I was like this.
And then after that, you kind of invented the slide.
Yeah, well, I think
you were one of the first slider people without actually sliding.
Yeah, and no pads, no knee pads, no hand pads, no nothing. And that's why I'm not doing it this year with the...
Well, we got a lot of mulch and asphalt.
A lot of mulch and asphalt out there, so... and I probably shouldn't do it anymore. These old knees probably...
old and retired scare actors now.
You know. Yeah, I might come out here with a character. Who knows? We might bring out an OG character for week 3.
I would like to see it. I would love to see it.
We'll
so
see.
would the guest would.
We'll see what we got going on here.
Well, I told Calvin about this idea, and I'll have to be vague about this, but I might do the same as well.
Oh boy, I know what that would be.
What?
Black shirt, black pants, orange top.
I hadn't thought about that one, but yes, that is one. I had another one in mind.
Midway Carnival.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you'll just have to come to this event and see. Sir Henry will be there, regardless. I can't say that, and that's the other interesting part. Is that so?
Can we get your dad out here as the candy corn cowboy?
You know he would. You know he would if he didn't have to park cars. So you talk about almost killing yourself there. You have some top 5 moments. You like to joke about it. You know, like, how many times you tried to kill me out here? But we've come close quite a bit.
Yeah.
So I do believe you have a top 5 moments countdown of of these things. So let's hear it.
Let's start at number 5. You want to take any guesses?
No, I don't know what any of these are. So it's really a shot in the dark.
Okay, well we'll break it down. We'll just say
Now, does this include the home haunt or
they all? Yes, of course it includes the home haunt. But this one, I'm just going to go ahead and give you the pretext, so that way we can get your mind rolling.
Okay, yeah, give me in the
So here we go. Number 5, and this one is just because of physical exertion, is going to be Year One 3 actors.
Okay, yeah, then that's Mr. Peebles having to run a half-mile trail by yourself.
That was Mr. Blimpo.
Oh yeah, sorry, Mr. Blimpo.
So I had to go from scene 1 to scene 10 to scene 15.
Well, let's do this, because if you've been through the attraction now, you've got some context of what this used to be. So basically, Josh would run from where the barn, right before the barn on the hayride. So if you're going backwards, all the way to kind of where the village square is for Trail 1, Moonlight Massacre. So that whole distance you covered by foot our first year.
And making sure you're getting hiding spots to scare people and crawl around and then get back up and then trying to find the next group and going around. And I was in the best physical shape of my life.
Oh, yeah. So that was your half. And then my half was basically from the Vampire Castle on the hayride backwards to kind of where the headstones and the giant reapers are. That was my half. It was a lot. In fact, at times it was more than that. It almost went to the barn. Yeah, I lost 15 pounds that first year. I know I've said that before, but yeah, I lost 15 pounds that first year.
Maybe we should do that again.
I feel like I have lost some weight. No, I don't need to, but I just be walking and getting my steps in out here. You know, I think Calvin's lost a lot of weight.
It's all the black he wears.
Yeah. That's I'm just straining out. So that's number 5. What's number 4?
Number 4, we'll give you a hint here. It deals with a new attraction build.
I'm going to say the mansion.
Yes, but which one? Which iteration of the mansion?
The most recent one.
No. It would have to be the original Year 3 mansion. Staying out here, getting the fence put together for Charlie Belcher.
Oh, fair, yeah.
And then getting up and coming back to do that early in the morning.
3 hours. Yeah, okay.
Did I take the day off of work or did I go into work? I can't even remember.
I had to go into work. I remember that. I was like, I hate my life so much right now. I got home from work on a Monday. We was out there till 2 a.m. Came home, went to bed for 3 hours, got up at 5:30, and then did the Charlie Belcher thing from basically 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. And then I went into work, and I worked till like 7 o'clock that day.
And the paint wasn't even dry.
The paint wasn't even dry. It was still one of the most miserable things I've ever done. Thankfully, we're well and above beyond that with the infrastructure and how we build the events now. So,
didn't I take a day off one time to go to a radio show?
Yeah, I think that was a couple years later, and we had the radio show in Clearwater or something.
Yeah, I think I was like, good Lord, I gotta drive all the way to Clearwater. You gotta do it, man. You gotta do it. Gotta have somebody to talk about the trail.
See, these things are stuff you remember in over 10 years and how far we've come.
It's a good thing you were on the show because they'd been like, so Zach, how do you feel about your trail? You know,
my face. Yeah, no, that's these things work out. But no, yeah. So the Charlie Belcher was fun. That was 2016. He still hasn't been back out here. Would love for you to come back. You know, Fox 13. Hello. I don't guess you guys check your emails. Maybe you should. Just saying, we've got Bay News Night, Virginia Johnson, Bay News Night coming out. You know, Gail Guayardo's been out here, been on her show a couple times. Where you at, Fox 13? Huh? Where you at? Anyway, I digress. Number 3.
I think there's a little pent-up aggression there.
Yeah. Well, for one, so the viewers have some context about this. I send the PR blast out every year, and so he came out 16, 17 I got no response. 18 I got a response saying, hey, saw where Charlie Belcher was out in 2016. Generally, we don't like to repeat attractions within 4 or 5 years. And I'm thinking to myself, that's a lie, because I see the local stuff y'all go to every year. I won't mention names, but alas, I rest my case. So there was that. So yeah, number 3, was that 3 or 2? You're on 3 or 4?
I'm on 3.
Okay, what is your 3?
So 3.
Can't even read his own handwriting.
Oh,
Sounds
like you can talk.
Yeah, no, this obviously.
So year 3, mansion. Yet again,
Okay.
the latest one. Late nights in my bucket truck. It'd be 1 a.m. and I wouldn't pay attention to what I was doing, and the bucket would almost flip over. And
Yeah, so we rented a 50-foot boom lift the first time, and yeah, you almost flipped that somehow.
I got stuck on one of the trusses.
Yeah, that was miserably exhausting, and
I mean, we had some good friends that came out. You know, that had some wing eating, beer drinking.
oh yeah,
good
Richie
times.
came out and helped. Thomas came out and helped.
Oh yeah, that was. He got him again.
Shout out my boy Thomas. Thomas, we love Thomas. Thomas helps out in a lot of creative ways with Sir Henry's. But Thomas ain't much of a builder, but he didn't care. He was able to come in and get his hands on. He was helping Josh side. We got a whole side sided almost that night. We was vibing to his boat music playlist too. That was fun.
That was a good one.
But yeah, no, there was 2 parts of that, because we had the first rental lift and then the second rental lift. And the first rental lift we had for a week, and yes, we felt rushed, but it was early June. The second rental lift, we felt rushed because we had it for a few days, but we had to get it done for the video shoots. And interestingly enough, we painted the whole thing in a day. Distressed it too. I think you started putting the primer on probably about 1 or 2 o'clock, and by 7:30 it was all distressed and done.
Yeah, because I had to do some last minute like windows and stuff the night before, the day of.
Yeah.
And then finally you were like, paint it, just paint it.
Yeah, it's enough time has passed now to where it doesn't bother me so much, to where I can almost think, hey, maybe we should add on to this and do some cool stuff. But then I remind myself of this.
Oh, we could just remember I'm 1099 now. We can just tear it down and start again.
And why we won't be doing that. Instead, we'll be adding on.
Oh, we're gonna tear it down.
Don't tempt me with a good
To the
time.
ground.
You know, don't get me wrong. I think about it. Like, what if we just tore the Haunted Mansion down and have something completely different? But then what are you gonna do? You know. I don't know.
Well,
Number 2.
That could be a new segment.
I already have ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2.
Okay. Does not deal with out here.
So it's a home haunt.
Mm-hmm.
So my guess will be the Banshee in the tree.
That is absolutely correct.
Okay, that was going to be my number 1, so I'm interested to see what this number 1 is.
Wow.
But why is the Banshee so high for you?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it was because we didn't have the proper knowledge of how you should hang someone in a tree. And you had me up there on the safety harness that's used for a quick catch.
Now, to be fair, that is what I was told to purchase.
Oh, whoa. Who purchased it?
Okay, never mind.
Okay. This was back before this. There was no purchasing of items by
You're
Sir
right.
Henry.
Yeah.
This was, you want to be part of my trail? You want to buy your own stuff? Come on, boy. What do you think it says? You can't work at my used car lot and not bring your own keys now. Same boy.
Exactly what this was.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
we were as broke 20-year-olds, trying to do a thing or whatever. But you're right. You added padding, and you said, "Oh, it'll be fine."
It was fine for about 10 minutes.
Yeah, and then he had to get. I gotta get down. I gotta readjust.
Then that second time I readjusted, and I was up there for a long time.
You were up there for a while, and I still have videos. I still got videos of this on my computer. It's fun. I'll have to see if I can link up Anthony some videos so he can put this into the podcast
I love
video.
the people walking by and touching my feet. Oh my God, it's real!
It's real. And then you do. Woo! We've talked about this before on the podcast, but that was, I don't know. That was also the first year Sir Henry was born, and that was just a fun year. Fun year. Although I was kind of stressed. He's getting down off the ladder. There's no banshee. Nah.
Oh yeah, it was terrible. You'd have thought I was getting paid $1 million for this performance. And I had to buy my own costume, everything. And this guy's over here. What do you mean you get out of the tree? This is my hut. You ain't get out of the tree. Yeah. What about the trick or treaters? Forget the trick or treaters. What about my legs? What about my legs, Charlie Murphy?
Yeah, you couldn't feel his legs at the end of the night.
Oh, I barely could walk. I think I laid on the stairs.
Yeah, I got a
for
picture.
about 20 minutes.
I got a picture. I'll send it to Anthony. Put that in there. Oh. Well, yeah, that's a classic. That's a classic for me over the years. So what is this number one?
Number one is going to be this truck this year. Me almost flying out
Oh,
of this
really?
sugar. You are going at least 30 to 40.
I was not going 40 mile an hour.
Okay,
Yeah.
just because that Model D doesn't have a speedometer in it doesn't mean you weren't going that fast. And here I am just back there loose handing it, and you say, whoop, whoop. Yeah, so once that video comes up, I'm sure everybody can see this lovely microphone situation. Everybody, it's going to be a... Oh, crazy 10th year.
Well, see, I was thinking you might say some inappropriate stuff, so I had to.
There wasn't anything. The only thing inappropriate was going to come out was going to be the words that came out of my mouth when you almost threw me off the back of that truck.
No, it wasn't bad. We made it here. We all right. We all right. We
Yeah,
gave
I'm
the
still
people a
here.
show. That's all that matters.
There's some honorable mentions.
Honorable. Yeah, let me hear some of these honorable mentions.
Do you remember building the OG pirate ship out of your old fort in the
Oh, yeah.
backyard
Yeah.
and about dying because we tried to cut the nails out from the platform section and it falling on both of us while we were trying to pick it up and load it into the trailer?
I have no recollection of that. Recollection.
How do you not remember that? You don't remember? So remember the
Was it
platform?
here or at my parents'
It was
house?
at your parents' house. Remember we were cutting the bolts? And we had little saws on. I know we didn't have a sawzall because tools were not the forte back then either. A little like hand saw.
Hacksaw my dad used from 1991.
And we're getting this. Oh, we can't get the screw out. Next thing you know, bam! This thing goes down. And I don't know if you haven't noticed, but man, you're not the strongest individuals.
I vaguely remember some cutting something. I don't remember it falling. Of course, maybe I did. I don't know.
Well, probably because you were yelling at me the entire time
Probably.
when it fell. You idiot! I knew it was gonna fall. You don't ever listen to me.
That tracks.
And
That
then
tracks.
having to pick it up and drive it from here
No, yeah, that
to
was.
Lakeland in the middle of the night.
Well, no, so we brought it over the weekend before Halloween, set it all up in the driveway, and then my dad, being my dad, wanted to bring it back out of the driveway on Halloween night at 12 a.m. And
to vandalize my house.
bless him.
I mean, it's been there all week. I don't know if they had a better time to do it. I don't know when it would have been.
So we're driving down back roads with a pirate ship. The sail just a flapping. I don't know if we took it off or not. I don't know. I felt like it was flapping though. And we brought it back out to the trail that night, and there it sat.
And the old F-150.
Yeah. No. I think you took your Jeep that
No,
night.
because we put the one
We brought it
section-
over in the F-150.
No, we took it back in the F-150 because we had to put the one section in the trailer and the other section in the back of the truck.
That's right. Wow.
Yeah. I had to get permission to get that because I was like 18.
Yeah. I mean, the things we have done. But it was cool because we had like the little reindeer motor in the jail cell with the skeleton open and then the skeleton drinking.
Cannons with a little smoke effect.
One day, and probably sooner rather than later, I will do Pirates again. It won't be a yo-ho, Shiver Me Timbers Pirates like we did back in, the early days of the trail or the home haunt stuff, but we're going to do that.
Bring some blammies out?
Blammies?
Yeah.
What's a blammy?
Check out Marshawn Lynch. You'll know what I'm talking about.
Oh.
Some big old blammies.
Okay, yeah. So any other honorable mentions?
I don't know. Do you have any that come to mind?
My top 3 worst moments ever. Charlie Belcher, number 3. In no particular order. Charlie Belcher, number 1. Building the Mansion, number 2. I don't remember 2022. I'm not sure why. If that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Oh, here's a good one. I forgot about this. Your lighthouse.
The lighthouse is up there.
Using extension cords to try and put the top on the lighthouse.
I couldn't find rope. You got to use what you can use.
That's all I got. That's a common occurrence for Zach. That's all I've got.
Yeah, that was from Amanda. No,
and the pumpkins on the front entrance.
That's, yeah, I'm glad those days are over. You just have to put them on an 8-foot column now, not 12-foot. Yeah, no, those are all good honorable mentions. But those 2 moments for me, I'm trying to think of a third one I can't really think about.
Yeah, because you put me in the situations. You just don't try to put yourself on there. Well, you've got a couple when you put the bell tower up in the original church.
Yeah, me and Lindsay did that original. Oh no,
the OG church in the back.
The new church. Me and Lindsay put that up, and I would have killed myself if it wasn't for her. So thanks, Lindsay. But the OG church in the back. I posted a picture of this. You can find it on our Facebook. I just posted a picture a couple weeks ago about it. I put that bell tower up by myself. I have no idea how I got that up, but it went up. That was as fun as it was, the 2017 rebuild of Trail 1 with the pioneer huts, the little barn scene, the church scene, the witch's shack. That was a lot. So, but no, these are fun memories. These are some cool stuff. So that's the first 10 seasons. Now what are we gonna have for the next 10 seasons?
I don't know. You're gonna be retired, so it doesn't matter.
I hope so. Nah, Sir Henry ain't going nowhere. We're going bigger and better, just like always. That's why we got next year planned out already. I think.
I didn't vote on it.
You didn't vote on it, so we'll see. But yeah, I think that's going to start to wrap us up. Let me see if we have anything else. Don't forget, we got a couple 3 weekends left. We're open until November 3rd and 4th. Make sure you come check us out then. Don't forget to make sure you purchase the right ticket.
On the right day.
On the right day. On the right time slot if you want to come see this haunted hayride.
You can't come on Wednesday. Can't come on Tuesday. Don't look at Google.
Yeah, don't.
Go to the official site.
Go to the website to buy the tickets to get the information. It has the most up-to-date information. Don't forget we got 2 escape rooms, brand new themes, Poppy's Playhouse, and Final Voyage. Kudos to Calvin Reese for putting those together. They did a great job. We've got axe throwing. Laser tag is not at the event this year. I apologize, but I figure you guys would rather have a hayride. I think it's a little cooler. So that works out. This whole episode's been a fun fact, so that's our fun fact of the day. Any topics, questions, commentary, insight that you guys want to see? We're going to be dropping some more YouTube videos about behind-the-scenes stuff, documentary-style stuff this season and so forth, so make sure you are on the lookout for that. But if you do have questions or topics, email those to calvin@sirhenryshaunted.com. We do want to start getting some other guests like we were doing in the summer back on the show. Make sure you're following us on our YouTube channel. If you're listening to this, you can listen on any major streaming platform. And if you're watching us, thanks for watching. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and tell your friends. We're still sitting under 3K subscribers, okay? That's not cool. That's not cool. If I can get to 10K by the end of this calendar year, we'll do some crazy stupid giveaway. And I mean crazy stupid.
That's right. I didn't have to go to that place yet.
We need to fact check that because Tampa Jay's podcast video with Josh is still sitting at around 900 views. If it gets to 1,000 views,
which is not,
Josh has to go to the haunted May Stringer house in Brooksville and stay the night. And Josh hates that kind of stuff.
I hate it.
So I can't do it. Won't do it. So let's get that video to 1,000 views. It's almost there. Just 100 more of you guys need to watch it. So Josh can go have himself a ghostly experience at the May Stringer house.
Now just watch this video and you'll be all right.
But that's going to do it for us. We'll continue to put these podcasts out, get more regular about that as the season continues and we move into the other holidays. But that's going to do it. So make sure you come see us. Go to the website, SirHenrySonicTrail.com. Follow our social medias. For Zach and Josh, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. See, there you don't need a slow note. You don't need a scroll.